Welcome to Interviewing 101, produced by the Engineering Career Hub at University of Colorado Boulder's College of Engineering and Applied Science. My name is Dewi, and I'm a career advisor for the Engineering Career Hub. Although this video mainly addresses interviews for jobs or internships, these same tips can be applied to interviews for leadership roles, graduate school, or other opportunities. Our mission is to prepare our students for meaningful, impactful careers. Our staff is dedicated to supporting this priority mission by providing effective resources, career advising, and professional experiences in industry and research. So what are we going to talk about today? First, we'll talk about the purpose of the interview and types of interviews you may have, and how to prepare for each by doing your research. We'll also discuss common interview questions and how to answer them. Lastly, we'll address practice strategies and give some final tips. Remember, if you have landed an interview, you have done the work necessary to get to this final stage. You've explored careers, built your online presence, created a great resume and cover letter, you've networked and attended career fairs, and now you've been granted the interview. So congratulations, you've done a great job so far. Now it's time to seal the deal to get that dream job or internship. During the interview, both the employer and interviewee get to learn more about each other. This is a great opportunity for you to demonstrate your experience, for the employer to learn how you'll respond in certain situations, for both sides to get to know if you're going to be a good fit, and to see if you can thrive in this role. What is the best way to prepare for an interview? Start with research. You'll want to research the employer using tools such as Glassdoor and Handshake, or by visiting the company website, reading industry news, or networking with people with inside knowledge about the company. Look for information on company size, current initiatives, products, clients, company cultures and value, and so on. You can investigate common interview questions, which we'll talk about in a bit. And you can gain a deep understanding of the position you are applying for by studying the job description carefully. These are the three types of interviews you might typically encounter. Screening or first round interviews take place early in the application review process and are usually conducted by a recruiter or talent acquisition manager to verify information in your resume and cover letter, see if it matches the qualifications in the job description, and to gauge your interest and availability. Screening interviews are usually pretty short and could be between 15 to 60 minutes long. The next two types of interviews take place after the employer has verified your qualifications. Technical interviews allow the employer to get to know your technical competencies in skills such as coding or problem solving. Our separate technical interview video features lots of information on this topic, so make sure to check it out if applicable. Finally, a traditional in-person or virtual interview assesses whether you're going to be a right fit for the organization by giving you the opportunity to elaborate on your experiences and career path. These may be 30 minutes to an hour or more, depending on a variety of factors. A traditional interview will start with introductions on both sides, so you can get to know each other a little and break the ice. Then the employer will probe into your background and qualifications, your career goals and aspirations, and your interests and fit for their position. This might happen in a one-on-one or group format, and the duration and complexity can vary. What types of questions will you be asked in an interview? Increasingly, interviews questions are structured in an open-ended format using what we call behavioral-based questions. For example, the interviewer might ask you to describe a scenario in which you were challenged in a certain way, or to respond to a hypothetical situation that might address teamwork or problem solving. A strong response will be relevant, concise, and based on your experiences. You might also be asked why questions, such as why did you choose your major? Or close-ended questions that are very short in nature and have 1 or 2 word answers. These questions are designed to give you a chance to collectively demonstrate that you are a great fit for the job and that you are enthusiastic about applying. Here is a very brief sample of common interview questions that you might be asked. Take a few moments to scan the list. A full list of interview questions is available on the Engineering Career Hub website for reference. Of course, the underlying question for all these questions is, why should we hire you? One of the best ways to answer behavioral-based questions is by using the START method. In this method, you first set the scene for a situation you were asked to describe. Next, you describe the task you were faced with. Then you describe the specific actions that you or your team took to solve the problem. R stands for result of your actions. What came of this situation? And finally, probably the most important step that very few interviewees actually do is tie the original question back to the current position for which you are applying. Here's an example. Let's say the interviewer asked, tell me about a time when you had to manage multiple projects. A quick summary could be, the situation was that I had multiple projects due on the same day. The tasks I had to complete were to create the presentation and also help my supervisor's boss with edits. The actions I took were to prioritize, collaborate on, and schedule the multiple projects. The result was that I was able to finish the research project ahead of schedule, which gave me time to edit the article, pleasing both supervisors. The tieback is that my skills in prioritizing and working efficiently could be transferred to this role because blah, blah, blah. When asked a behavioral question, you can jot down a few notes to elaborate on each part using concrete examples from your work experiences. Reflecting on your responses and practicing to smooth them out will give you confidence before the interview. The last question the interviewer will typically ask is whether you have questions about the job or the company. If you don't have questions, the employer might think you are not prepared or are not particularly serious about the job. So make sure you always have 2 to 3 questions ready to go. This is an opportunity for you to show how much research you've done in a company and how well you've been listening to the interviewer. To help generate questions, I like to review a company's website and social media platforms to understand the most important news facing the company from the past 3 to 6 months. Being interviewed can be nerve-wracking. Even though you may be very well qualified based on your credentials, you want to make sure your confidence is high and anxiety is low so you can elaborate on your experiences calmly and articulately. In addition to preparing how you might answer certain questions, you'll want to familiarize yourself with the logistics of showing up. If the interview is in person, know the location and make sure that you budget plenty of time to travel there. If it's virtual, you want to know how and when to connect and to ensure your connection is stable and your background is appropriate. You might also want to know who will be attending and what their roles are. You'll also want to make sure you have appropriate interview dress ready to go. Whether the interview is in person or virtual, try to arrive a few minutes early and bring what you need to be successful and comfortable, such as extra resumes, a Padfolio or a notepad, and perhaps a water bottle. If you have any questions before the interview, you can always reach out to the recruiter for clarification. After the interview, make sure to follow up within 24 hours with an email thanking the participants for their time, recalling what you talked about, reiterating your qualifications for and interest in the position, and perhaps answering any remaining questions the employer may have had. You may also wish to ask them about next steps and state your interest in hearing back from them. Our final tip is to relax. Smile, engage in small talk, and be authentic. You aren't just being evaluated on your answers, you're being looked at to see how well you'll fit in with the company, and that includes soft skills such as communication. Try not to feel rushed to answer questions right away. If you take a few minutes to reflect on the questions before crafting your responses, you'll do much better. And remember that you are also interviewing the employer and getting a sense of whether or not you'd want to work for them. But of course, be humble and appreciative. Lastly, we cannot stress how important it is to practice your responses to common questions by preparing notes and mock interviewing. Our Engineering Career Hub team is here to help you further prepare for interviews and other career-related issues. Feel free to reach out to us by emailing, calling, or making an appointment with a career advisor through Buff Portal. You can also visit our website, colorado.edu/engineering/careerhub, to see a collection of video and text resources designed to support you in all phases of your career search. Check out our sample resumes and cover letters, job and internship search tools, interview and career tip prep modules, and much more. This concludes our interviewing video. Thank you very much for your time today and best of luck during your interview.